So can you still smoke weed and be a productive and successful musician? Yeah, for sure. Is it something that you should do if you want to be rock and roll and want to be an amazing musician and live the lifestyle of the rock stars like we see in documentaries and in video? Maybe. Is that something that you should do? I don't know. It's up to you. The choice is yours. But I'm going to tell you why I quit smoking weed years ago. Now, this might be a little bit of a personal video, and forgive me if I'm shaking a little bit a lot the camera. I get a lot of you guys complaining about that. I'm working on it. I have a shaky hand, but it's getting better though. I was going through some comments on my YouTube videos. This is an old comment, by the way. Forgive me if I've never answered to your comment, my friend. But I did a video a few months ago, and somebody left a comment here about the cannabis leaf in the background. And I just thought to bring this topic up because I get sometimes asked these questions about smoking weed or drugs. And even though my appearance might seem like I'm a hippie, I don't smoke any weed and I don't do any drugs whatsoever. However, I used to, and quite a lot actually. And here I want to explain to you why I stopped doing this vice and why I don't smoke weed anymore. And this is a personal choice. This is something that it comes down to lifestyle. It's certainly, I don't believe in such a thing as doing it every now and then. I actually believe that those who are smokers or true smokers, they always smoke, and I was one of them. Now, don't let appearances confuse you. Now you might see me with a long beard and a little bit kind of like scruffy, if you will, or maybe a little bit wild, but hey, I work from home. I'm a rock and roll guy, and I consider myself even more rock and roll now that I don't smoke weed. Back in the day, I had certain beliefs and certain thought process about this idea of smoking weed. And by the way, I've never done any drugs in my life ever, apart from smoking weed. Being a really big weed smoker for years. And really, when I decided to really embark in this journey of self-development and self-discovery, funny enough, I decided to give up this vice of mine, and I decided not only to give up weed, but actually as well quit smoking, tobacco, nicotine. So I quit both of those vices cold turkey overnight for a long period of time now. I don't keep track. I'm not like most people that give up something and then they keep track and they celebrate their yearly being clean. But I believe if my memory serves me well, it's been since 2013. And I've never been back to it. So whenever I see something like this type of shops that they promote either vaping or cannabis or hemp or anything, yes, I get those memories in the, like I remember my whole life. I've been a weed smoker, and I was smoking so much that even my friends back in England will tell me straight to my face. I remember a particular friend of mine that was working in the guitar shop with me. He said, I believe that you, Daniel, will never give up smoking weed. I mean, I was like a Bob Marley kind of guy. And it will be a daily thing. It will be not throughout the day while I was working, but it was really often. It was definitely daily. And so when I was really going through a process of self-development, having a family, and really growing as a person, and a little bit more taking matters into my own hands, I decided to quit all vices. And I said, there's no way on earth that I could be working from home, and the first thing I'm going to be doing is just smoking a spliff. I mean, this not going to be working for me at all. This is a bad start of the day for me. Now, this is certainly not a video about telling you that you should stop smoking weed. This is a personal choice. It's your life. It's a personal journey that we're all going through. And at times we might find ourselves with experimenting certain substances. In the music industry and in the arts in general, this is almost like allowed to be a musician and be completely high all the time. It's almost like a permission to do that. So I certainly believe that. I believe that I could get away with it and say I'm allowed to do that because I'm a musician, I'm a rock and roll, I work around the music industry, so nobody's going to tell me what to do because it's almost like it's okay. It's almost like accepted. However, like I said to you, when I started working on myself and working from home, it came to a point where like, okay, this is not going to work very well for me. I'm a person of extremes. So either I am smoking all day or I'm not smoking. So that's why I quit smoking weed and smoking as well tobacco and cigarettes. And again, this is cold turkey, not going back, not slowly in like in steps or anything, just like from one day to another, just complete, clean, complete. And a lot of people, close friends of mine, they have asked me, how did I do that? And some of them don't ask. But my friend back in England, when he said that, it really stuck with me. I'm like, okay, that's how people see me. People actually see me like I am this, weed guy, that I'm only thinking about having a spliff all the time. And they can see that, yes, of course I enjoy it. Who's not going to enjoy have a spliff? But is that, I don't want to project that image either. And to have that thing, that label put on me, really, it got to me a little bit. I said, like, well, obviously this person doesn't know about the willpower that I have as well, and the ability to change. I do believe that humans can change, even though there's a lot of studies that say that humans don't change. I do believe that overnight you can make a decision and say, I'm not doing that ever again, and you have the power to do it. For me, the lifestyle change is a journey that it started many years ago. And yes, quitting smoking weed and cigarettes was a big part of that. And lately, you have seen me as well targeting my diet, targeting working out and exercising more. And I take that intensity towards that as well, funny enough. And meaning that I wake up early every day, I work out every day. I've been walking for years now. There's certain things when you're a smoker that you can't really do. Like, for example, running. And there's certain activities that you just not going to be able to do it because you can't breathe right. So there's many things that I have addressed over the years, and really smoking the weed and being in my computer like that, all stone, trying to put things together and start thinking of my music as a business. It's just not, it wasn't going to happen. So even before I embarked on my journey of music licensing, I addressed those issues. It's not like I started doing music licensing all stone and then I kind of like gave up these vices while I was doing it. It's actually way before that. So I addressed those issues earlier on and said, this needs to stop before I even attempt to go and embark in this new journey of selling music online and treating this as a business. So I think it's very important for us musicians to first get rid of that idea that you need to be in a corner with a bottle of Jack Daniels, passing out, sleeping in your own vomit with a guitar in your hand to feel like you're an artist or that you're rock and roll. I think this is an image that is being really sold to us throughout the years. And certainly when I first got started in music as a kid, as an 11-year-old or 12-year-old kid, a fan of Guns N' Roses, to see these guys like that having a cigarette and bottles of Jack Daniels before I was even old enough to understand what a drink was. Certainly it left some impressions on me, and obviously I'm not blaming that on this band or media or the image of rock and roll. But it certainly, after you grow up, you realize that, well, if I want to live a healthier life and I want to be productive, I want to be successful, I need to do something different. And I'm pretty sure that these guys today, if I'm old, these people are older than me, and I'm sure that these people don't smoke or drink today, for sure. And they wish they will have be taken care of their bodies better back in the day, that's for sure. So on that note, when I embarked on my journey of music licensing and being a rock and roll guy, I was also studying a lot of business people and people that work for themselves. And even the big guys that I will say, like, yeah, but he used to do weed, or he used to live in the 70s and he used to be all, yeah, but now he's not doing it, and now he's running this amazing company. They're doing all of these amazing things. They don't wake and bake, okay? And, I've lived that lifestyle like that, and I've not doing anything and just really mellow. And I don't like that. And I certainly don't like that in my life on a regular basis. There was a time to do that, and there's a time to stop that as well. And I thought that it was a good idea for me to do this video, even though some of you might not care about this. Maybe you're having a spliff as we speak, as you're watching this video, and that's fine. Have one for me, okay, on my behalf. I don't miss it. I'm not like other people that when I walk around people that are actually smoking, I go like, oh, I can't take the smell, either if it's from weed or cigarettes. It doesn't really bother me that much, but I'm certainly not going to be in an environment where people are smoking. And I think comes down again to lifestyle, to personal choice. Just because you are a musician, that doesn't mean that you have to be completely wasted. Okay, so I think that this is something that I wanted to do. I know there's a lot of people that smoke and they're really successful as well, and they have their own reasons for that. It helps them out and mellow out or distract themselves. But for me, that's not going to be a thing that I'm going to be doing. Certainly at this age that I'm in and working for myself, having a family, I need to be awake. I need to be sharp. I need my mind to create certain path connections in order to move ahead. Okay, and I don't need to be mellow out really. I don't need to be in that state that I was before. I really enjoyed it. I loved it. It was so good back then that I thought, how come nobody else is smoking weed? When I will meet somebody that wasn't really a smoker. And I guess that's how you feel whenever you're doing this kind of thing. You feel, how come nobody else is doing this? But now I see it the other way around. Now I feel like, how come still my good friend from back in the day is still doing this, man? We're not 20 anymore. You certainly need to be thinking different. You certainly need to do some new pathway connections in your brains in order to start thinking differently. By doing the same things that you were doing back then when you were 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago, and still doing them today, it's a little bit hard to snap out of that funk, if you will. And again, I'm not here to preach. I'm not here to say don't do it or do it. I'm just sharing my experience and how that has helped me, my productivity, and how it has helped me in my life as well. After that, my life changed completely. I started to work from home. I started to do music licensing. I started to earn money with royalty-free libraries. My family life as a whole became better. I started earning money working from home, and I don't feel guilty. I don't feel guilty that I'm working from home and I'm having a spliff or a cigarette or whatever. I'm just clean, and thinking sharp, and hopefully I can inspire others to do the same thing, knowing that you don't need to do that if you think that's going to be something that is going to help you achieve more success. And I have had many discussions about this with close friends that they believe certain things. But again, this is just a quick short video that I wanted to drop here today on a Monday. Today, Monday, has been a very hectic, busy day. And I can't imagine being on this life that I live right now, being stoned, okay, from the morning all the way to the evening, and then repeat that cycle again tomorrow. Certainly, I wouldn't be able to cope. And I couldn't give, not even you guys, the best of me. Because I need to be awake, I need to be sharp, I need to be here, present, and not daydreaming about whatever. So again, this is a quick video. I hope this video makes any sense. I don't know if this is an important topic to talk here in this channel, but hey, we're musicians, and appearances at times can seem really deceiving. You might see a guy with a long beard, a little bit like this, guitar. It's very easy to assume as well that maybe I'm just rolling a spliff and just be completely Bob Marley, or I don't know, Lenny Kravitz or whatever. Does Lenny Kravitz still smoke? Maybe, I think he does actually. But hey, I'm not Lenny Kravitz. Let's be real. So anyways, I hope this video finds you well. I hope wherever you are, you're doing great on this Monday afternoon as I'm recording this. If you would like to be part of a group of composers, producers, and musicians, like-minded people like you and me that want to progress with our music and want to make money online by selling our music in royalty-free libraries, I'm happy to inform you that the SML Mastermind private community have opened their doors, okay? So I'm opening the doors for only a few days to new members. If you would like to learn about the SML Mastermind private community, you would like to join, now is the time. Link in the description so you can get the support that you need from like-minded composers like yourself, like me. I'm always in there in the community. There's other members there who are trying to get their music into marketplaces and get some success, and we're all supporting each other. We're all getting our hands busy with what's important, music. I hope to see you inside the SML Mastermind private community. Link in the description if you would like to join the private community. And as always, I love you very much. Rock and roll, and here's to your success.